let's talk about Digital Homicide. If you don't know, Digital Homicide is a indie developer, and let's put it this way. Put giant quotation marks around the name indie developer. They're a trash developer. They're a terrible indie developer. They're notorious. There's a famous YouTuber / games writer named Jim Sterling. A lot of people know him for his series called Jimquisition. He's very outlandish, very in your face. If there's a Batman-Joker relationship in all of video games media, it's Jim Sterling versus Digital Homicide. Why? Why is all this aminosity? I can't even say that word. Aminosity for Digital Homicide. Well, it's very easy. They're a company that basically takes, and a lot of companies do this, but they take games, they take pre-made assets from the Unity asset store. Unity is a development software to make games, and they'll sell pre-made software, pre-made assets, so that way you have a template, and then from that point forward, you can make what you want from it. Very useful. It's, nothing's wrong with that. But what they'll do is buy those assets or buy full-on levels of those assets, throw stuff together in a big mosh, and then put it up on Steam for sale. There's a thing on Steam called Steam Greenlight. And you pay $100 and you get to show a video of your game. And if it gets enough votes, then it gets put on Steam. Sometimes they put it up for free. Sometimes it's $1. Sometimes it's full price. And it's any type of game. It could be big name title. It could be small name title. It goes through Steam Greenlight for the most part. Some get kind of, pass on through, EA, Activision, those companies. They don't have to go through Steam Greenlight. But if you're an indie developer, it's a great way to get yourself on the Steam platform, which of course is a gigantic platform, a gigantic megaphone to get your game out there. Well, Digital Homicide is at one point, I think, has produced 12 or 13 or 15 games a year on this platform. And game development, even if you don't know game development, 12, even 5 games a year is a ginormous effort to have that. And of course, it's not going to be a good quality. Jim Sterling for the last couple years have been calling him out. He even had him on his podcast, almost like a side interview, where they basically just ranted at him and raved at him. These guys are delusional. 100% delusional. They think what they're doing is the most upstanding, honest type of stuff, and Jim Sterling is just a hater. He's just somebody who hates on them. No, not at all. These guys have been shown to be scumbags, deleting reviews on Steam, blocking anyone, banning anybody who says anything about them, to the point that they actually started a lawsuit against Jim Sterling about a year ago, suing him because of his reviews and his videos made about Digital Homicide. Yes, Jim Sterling was very outlandish in those and all that type of stuff, but it's not lawsuit worthy because nothing he said in those videos were wrong. Nothing he said in those videos were untruthful. They were truthful. These guys are scumbags. So what does Digital Homicide do? Sue Jim Sterling. Why am I talking about right now? Well, they decided, hey, we're suing Jim Sterling. That's fine and dandy. But you know what? There's a bunch of people who wrote really bad reviews for us on Steam. Steam reviews. You go, write a review on Steam, just like any other product out there at any other website. They're suing. They're suing Steam reviewers. They're suing the public. So, I don't know, some guy with the handle Sun Goku XX69420 whatever, he's going to get sued by Digital Homicide for saying that his game sucks, saying that his crappy game is crappy. He's getting sued. So hundreds of people of all ages, all over the world, are getting sued by these scumbag developers. So what does Steam do? Steam sees this. They know Digital Homicide. Steam plays dumb a lot. Steam takes a very back seat when it comes to all these controversies that are all over their website, especially through Steam Greenlight, which is one of the biggest messes that they ever created. And they saw this and were like, this is going to affect our money. Because if the lawsuit keeps on going forward, which unfortunately a judge has allowed it to go forward, doesn't mean that no one's going to court case. They're just saying, hey, you're at a point that you can sue everybody. It's within your legal rights to sue them. So it's already past that hurdle. So Steam sees this and goes, you know what? We've dealt with you spamming our site. but you're giving us $100 a pop anyway. We've dealt with all the controversies that we've seen on the message board. We've dealt with all your nonsense, but now you're dealing with making us losing money. Because if they actually sue, like full on sue these people and happen to win for some odd reason, why would anyone buy stuff on Steam again? Why would anyone want to put a review of a product on Steam again? Steam instantly becomes an unworthy site, an unsafe site to post your opinion on products. That's like me suing. Let's say I made a spoon and I put it on Amazon and everyone says my spoon sucks. And then I sue all the reviewers on Amazon. Why would you shop on Amazon again if you had a lawsuit just because you want to share your opinion that my spoon sucks? So they're doing the same thing, suing all these people. Yes, people jumped on the bandwagon. Yes, it's the internet mob mentality when it comes to that. But Digital Homicide has a long track record of doing some very shady things. And it's one of those that I feel deep down that this is just deplorable. But here's the fun part. They're not getting away with this in one spot. Steam has delisted all their games and pretty much banned them from the site. So the number one way they were making money, and yes, people were buying Digital Homicide games with all the bad press it has. It basically had the role of, people say that any press, even as bad press, there's no such thing. It's good press. It's just press, get some advertisement out there. People were buying it just to make videos making fun of the product, but they were still buying it. Or they were giving them a name. So Digital Homicide became the best known, worst indie game developer on Steam, pretty much. There's another group of guys out there, but they're kind of just weirdo, innocent teenagers that make like FMV videos. I forgot the name of those teenagers. They're on there. They put a lot of weirdness on there. I don't think they've done any scumbag stuff other than just spam. They're just kind of like internet trolls that happen to have $100 a pop to throw stuff on there. The guys from Digital Homicide legitimately believe they are straight up full-on indie developers and everyone else is just trying to take down their business, so they're fighting for their business. These guys are freaking delusional. And now they're suing everybody. And I just looked at the news report right now and I knew this was going to happen right after Valve delisted all their games. Now they're trying to get an attorney to sue Valve. All I got to say, good luck with that, buddy. But in the end, I hope Digital Homicide disappears. Unfortunately, I think what they're going to do, and because Jim Sterling called them out on this before, they've made shadow companies and posted their crappy games underneath different names because, Digital Homicide became so notorious. They were putting up other games in it saying that there were, I think Jim Sterling found like 4 or 5 other names that Digital Homicide went under trying to go through Steam. So I'm sure they're going to try to do that stuff again. So until they're sued into oblivion to the point that they can't move forward anymore, or all their cases are thrown out, especially the Jim Sterling case, we're going to hear from them more in the future, which is unfortunately kind of sad.